Javi, are you there?
Yes.
Where
Hi.
are you?
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I got a surprise for everybody.
I love it.
It's going to go with our theme today. Hi and hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. I'm Hav,
I am Mina.
and this is Too Intense Podcast. Sorry, guys. We've had a lot going on recently again. So it's just been still crazy. And so that's what come our casts have been far, little distance from each other. But, hey, it's life.
After the renovation is done, I'll have more time to focus strictly on our podcast. So until all that's settled, it's going to be sparse. I thought it was going to be a lot better, like more time, less time consuming once the paint was done. But now we have all the big stuff. So it's just not going like I thought, but that's okay.
It's okay. And
That's okay.
I'm still finishing up with some of the finishes of this business, getting that sold. So, this isn't our full-time job yet.
Yet.
And we want it to be. We do want the podcast. We do want our social media to be, full-time, and we're working on there slowly. I'm still doing my photography and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make that, work and go up too. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'm trying to fix my wig here. But
Aren't bangs a pain in the ass? Like
they
bangs,
are. I mean,
I need them because I have like a 5 head and not a 4 head, like I should have bangs. I'm the type of person that should have bangs and I just don't care.
Well, honestly, I'm trying to grow out my hair. So I haven't got a haircut for like 2 months, and I want to see what it looks like if my hair is longer.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know if I would do this long, but it's kind of cool actually. If this was
That's,
black, if this was black, I would wear it like constantly.
I like it. I think it with your skin tone, it's like a beautiful contrast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. And your lips, okay. I wish I would have put makeup on.
This is just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. So like, don't bash me on makeup. I mean, Mina does makeup. So for her giving me a compliment, that's kind of big. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know. I love it to death. To death, I said.
To death, you said. So guys, welcome. This is our like kind of one of our Halloween specials. We're going to have so much more. Mina is going to be doing some of our favorite poet artists, author, some Edgar Allan Poe here soon.
Yeah.
This one, I think we're going to have a little bit of fun with this show. We were supposed to do live, but we're going to do that again next weekend. We just had some mishaps, and that's okay. Things happen sometimes. And you know what? It all happens for a reason usually. So
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm okay with it. I really am. I have a long weekend. I have a homecoming photo shoot tonight, and then I have a wedding tomorrow. So
you busy.
well, the
That's a
wedding's
lot.
supposed to be small, but I've heard about small weddings before.
Yeah,
I've shot small weddings before. They're like, it's just a small wedding.
me too.
6 hours later, you're like, can I go home yet? I'm ready to go home.
Or there's only supposed to be like 20 people and like 50 show up.
Well, because all the aunts and cousins that didn't RSVP,
Uh-huh.
we might as well go to that wedding. Otherwise, we're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you RSVP that in the beginning?
What are you drinking today?
I'm drinking coffee. And I love coffee.
Me too.
I was going to do red lipstick, but I don't have red lipstick. But I'm glad I did.
I like that though.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, you know what we're going to do? I kind of want to have some fun. So, Mina, what was your favorite retro 80s, 90s horror film?
So I have, oh gosh, so many. The Lost Boys for sure.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I first fell in love with vampires.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I could see that. That was, I really haven't watched all of it. I've watched it in spurts. And,
Okay.
and then I see the Lost Boys, and then I see the vampires, and I'm just like, that's crazy. Like then you think about it. Like what what
Yeah.
happened? What would happen if that was really real?
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
have a few. I have a few.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you have more, and we're going to go over that tonight today too.
Yep.
One of my favorite, one of my favorite, and you actually saw, actually, you know what? You're going to keep people intact here in just a second because I got a surprise for them. And I think you know what the surprise is.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? Let me give me one quick second.
I don't know what the surprise is.
Yes. I am always full of surprises. All right, guys. So this show is not nowhere near sponsored by this shoe brand, and I wish we were, but we should be. But Vans released this at the beginning of the month.
Oh my gosh.
And so I happened to be in the store, and I was in my wheelchair. So I could only see so much.
Right.
These ones. And one of the guys, a customer in there picked up these shoes, and I was like, oh my God, what shoes are those? And I was like, that's kind of like my favorite movie. So I present to you, my favorite movie is The Shining. I love that movie. I mean, it terrifies me sometimes, but it's I love it, you know.
Yep.
And
Oh yeah.
every time I watch it, I'm like, I didn't know that.
It
I
still
watched
creeps
it
you
about
out every time. Like,
yes. So in hints of The Shining, Vans released these.
those are dope.
Aren't they cool?
Those are sick.
So yes,
I like
I
that.
haven't even took look. I usually Vans I take off the tag right away. I haven't
Yeah,
even.
those are like collectors though.
Yeah, I'm like, well, so were my Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
Those were too, and then I had to wear them. But you know, now that I do not have my business anymore, I could actually wear Vans, and keep them clean. So,
Yes.
you know, and sometimes I would be wearing, my collector Vans, and I have to stop by the store, and then I end up working, and then they end up getting dirty, and bleh.
Yeah.
The Shining and The Lost Boys. That's couple of our favorites. What and what? How did you first see The Lost Boys? What did you think about that when you saw?
I was a kid. So when I was young, okay, let me tell you like a good memory. When I was young, there used to be a video store by the 7-Eleven, like a couple blocks away from my house. So on the weekends, like on Friday, my parents and me would go and get movies, and then we'd go to 7-Eleven and get junk to eat with the movies.
Yes.
And that's the time I found horror movies. And I was young. I was like, bitch, I was like 9.
Watching horror movies at night before you go to bed.
Yep. Yep. And The Lost Boys was one of those movies that I clung to, and a lot of like really gnarly, like C-rated, D-rated, like not that good horror movies, but I still watched them just because they were there and I could.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what taught me about sex too.
Right.
Didn't know what that was until I watched some of those movies.
I think that happened to a lot of us when we were like 9
Oh
or
yeah.
10 years old. We're like, oh, that's what that is. That's what that's about.
Yep. I'm like, oh God. And I still didn't even like register until I was older that damn, I might as well watch the porn. Didn't even realize it.
Right. So like The Shining, I honestly like The Shining, I did not watch until I was probably 13, 14 years old. And I think
Oh,
I was at my uncle's house, and I was down in the basement. I was changing channels, and I saw pieces of it, and I was like, oh, this looks good. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
I started watching that, and then I was always a chicken. I was always a scaredy cat growing up. Never ever failed. I was always a big scaredy cat. And I think that's what got me into the paranormal and to everything, was because what is this that's haunting me? What is this that's bothering me? What is this that's scaring me? So that's what got me into it. So watching the Lost Boys or the Shining, I was just like, whoa, you know. So
Hmm.
so when I watched that, I was like, I didn't understand it too much. And then I remember again, same like you, my parents, wanted to watch a movie on at night one time, and I was watching it with them, and I was like, this is weird. This is I just saw this. I told my mom. She goes, no, you didn't see this. And I said, yes, I did. That man is trying to kill the kid. That's
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
And she goes, oh, you have seen this? I said, yeah. And then he runs in a maze, and I said, in the maze, I really like the maze. I want a maze like that. I remember saying that. So,
Yeah.
but that's one of my all-time favorite movies. And there's the Blue Angels flying over me, I think,
I
right now.
hear that. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I heard
That's
that.
loud, and like my windows are closed.
That's crazy.
So, you know, um, what's another good one is, and my mom and dad have always laughed at horror movies, and it's kind of, I I get it now, kind of,
Hmm.
but like they were always watching movies and they would be laughing at them, and they would be laughing at things like that. I'm like, why are you guys laughing? There's an actually a killer clown chasing somebody. It's not funny. Why are
Right.
you laughing?
Yeah.
I'll watch Killer Clowns, or I'll watch Child's Play. I was watching Child's Play the other day. One of the cable channels has all this horror month going on, so they have
Yep.
nothing but horror movies on there. So Child's Play was on. The Child's Play 1 and 2 were on.
Yep.
And I was watching Child's Play, and I was really watching it. And I was like, that doll is really alive. I was like, he's really chasing people. And I
Yeah.
was like, there is, and then I think about it and I'm like, okay, that's funny. But then I think about it, I'm like, I'm into like those dolls. I'm into that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I better not laugh too hard because I'm going to get karma. And one of those, my dolls is going to come up and go, you want to play?
Yeah. Right.
you know, um, it just, it's just creepy to think about it. And I saw one the other day. I was at a thrift store down the street from me. Not a thrift store, an antique mall. And there was this tall, she was probably a good 26 inches, maybe 27-inch, maybe taller than that, maybe 30-inch porcelain doll.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, I want it. She was beautiful. She was purple, and
Yeah.
one of my favorite colors. And I was like, well, her hair, like her outfit was purple. And then she had like this teddy bear. And I was just like looking at him, just like, that'd be good. Same like thing that you did when you found your haunted doll. I was like, that would be good for pictures. That would be awesome to,
Right.
and make it like kind of scary and stuff like that. Nowadays, nobody really wants to lend you their kids for photo shoots. So, so
No. And you should
why not?
like wait for like that feedback that you get from like people that don't agree with what you shoot. That's
Well, then
fun.
I have other people. Then I have other people saying, hey, can we do that? Can we do a Halloween photo shoot? Can we do a scary photo shoot? I got my kids. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to the way that I make them and stuff like that, they're just like, that is crazy. That's scary. Like I think you've seen my pictures from this last one that I did,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. And the mom was so happy. She's like, you made her day.
Hmm.
She was the center of attention. You made her center of attention. And she goes, you took probably about 70 pictures of me, but 300 of her. And she goes, that was so important to me, and it is
Hmm.
about the kids. It's about the youngsters, and it's about, you have the adults that want to do scary stuff too, but they're pickier.
They are. They are very, yes.
you know they're pickier. So if you could have, and then, but like, to do like straight up crazy horror, you do need a doll, because there's just some stuff that you make them do and put them in these positions, and there's, like the poses and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
people are going to go, is that real, or is that, what I mean, and be like, you'll never know.
Yeah.
You should see their mom is just as demented. So
Yep.
you know so I
Yep.
mean, people don't get it. I mean, like, if you're a non-artist, you don't get the craziness that we visualize, especially Mina's mind. We've seen
Yeah.
her art. You got to show some of your art too, Mina.
I know. Like I'm really wanting to recreate something and I'm just like not there yet. I don't know why.
We still have a Phantom of the Opera shoot to do on a piano.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's been years in the working.
That's
So,
been years.
what other movies did you like from the 80s, 90s?
There's this movie, and I think, you know what? I think that's Drew Barrymore.
I was just looking at it.
The Cat's Eye?
Yes.
Yep.
Is
That
what it's
was
called?
one.
The Cat's Eye, right? Yep, yep. I was just looking at it. And I was like, she's gonna say this movie for some reason. Watch. Yeah. Drew Barrymore is wow. She's grown up in like E.T., The Cat's Eye,
Mm-hmm.
Scream. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that woman could play anything.
My favorite is Poison Ivy. Have you seen those movies?
No.
They're kind of like Skinamaxy, but I really dig them.
Wow. No, I haven't seen those. I'd have to check those out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do like that kind of horror, that kind of like Skinamax kind of like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think it's funny when you see like Psycho, you have a naked woman in the shower,
Right.
the knife coming through, you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's great filmography, you know, it's great filmmaking, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And as you know, I've been kind of dabbling with that a little bit lately. I've been working with my mom doing a documentary on her. So, but
Yes.
to watch that filmmaking and stuff like that is pretty cool, you know, and you get some good
Mm-hmm.
ideas. But like, you know, when you add that kind of Skinemax to it, it's kind of, I don't know, I guess it makes it more realistic, more intense, kind of more funny.
Yeah.
You know, it's another good movie, Amityville,
Yes, definitely.
because it's true.
Oh gosh, Puppet Master. Those
I never
creeped me
watched
out.
I never watched those.
You didn't watch the Puppet Masters?
No, I think I probably saw a few of them, but I didn't watch. No, I didn't think I watched them all the way through.
And of
Creep.
course, yeah, Creep Show, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes,
So
I think
that that stupid movie, like you can look at it now and laugh, but when I was a kid, this scared the shit out of me because the next day after we went to the circus, and that was the last circus my mom and dad ever took me to.
were you scared shitless?
I was scared shitless. Like all of a sudden, like they're not so great anymore, you know. So ever since I was probably around 9 or 10, yeah, that stupid movie made me afraid. To
So
this
you
day,
know
I
what?
hate clowns.
So you want to know what did it for me with clowns?
What?
Was the all-time favorite clown. I mean
It
the biggest clown movie ever. Yes,
yeah.
it you know that scared the living shit daylights. I was done with clowns after that.
Yeah.
And now as I've grown older, and I'm probably in the last 10, 12 years, have I been able to face my fear and you know what, be like, I'm gonna be a clown this year. I'm gonna be a clown. I want to be a
Oh
clown.
God.
And then I think about people like when I could walk better, when I could walk more than 100 feet. I was always
Mm-hmm.
wanting to do um uh those scared clown, where you stand there at the edge of the road and like those things that were going on. Well, a few years ago, remember when people were doing that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to do that.
Gosh.
So I just, you know what I mean? That
I
would
would
just,
be like, oh, that
you'd
would,
probably kill me.
yeah. Like that freaks me out just talking about it. Like I remember when that happened and it was like all over the news and was like, oh my fuck.
Right. You know
Scared
what?
the shit out of me.
You know what was a kind of a cute, kind of not even scary, was Little Shop of Horrors.
I love Little Shop of Horrors.
Feed me Seymour.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that one.
That's not a scary movie at all. That's not even horror. That's just that. I mean, I guess to some people, if they're scared of plants, I mean, I don't know why you would be scared of a plant, but I guess
Yeah.
I thought that was a good movie. I loved it, and then it was. I just like this. I like the musical aspect of it.
Me too.
I like the musical aspect of it, and I've always liked musicals. My parents got me into a theater. Well, I was never part of theater. I wish I was, but
Mhm.
into the theater as I was young. So Little Shop of Horrors was definitely one. You know,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
you know, Phantom of the Opera was, of course, my first play that I've ever really seen, and that just that's my favorite all time Broadway show ever.
Mhm.
But yeah, that, and then what's another one I was just thinking of?
There's the Friday the 13th movies.
I like Nightmare on Elm Street better. Friday the 13th, I don't, I just couldn't get with. I like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
Like
those are,
Freddy Cougar was,
yeah.
you know what kind of goes right in our realm. Mina was Poltergeist.
Yes, I loved Poltergeist.
This house is clear.
Children of the Corn.
She was such a great actress too, and rest in
Yes.
peace. She was a great little person actress, and what was her name? Zelda Rubinstein. That was her.
Oh,
She was also in that movie. I think. Do you remember Teen Witch?
yeah, I remember Teen Witch. That was like my jam. Was Teen Witch.
I think that was a good movie too. That was a cool movie. My mom was watching that, and then she told me, "You want to watch it from the beginning?" I said, "Sure," and I started watching that. I said, "That was a cool movie.
Yeah,
That was a
it
cool movie."
has a musical kind of vibe to it too.
It does. It does. It does. But it was cool. I really liked that movie.
Yeah,
For the '90s, a movie I thought was pretty good. Was it the '90s that Hocus Pocus came out?
that was in. I think that was in the 2000s.
No, that was '90s.
Was it really? Oh my god.
1993, Hocus Pocus came out.
Oh my gosh. That makes me feel so old.
1993 was Hocus Pocus came out, and that was a crazy. I watched it the other day for the first time. I actually have it recorded on my
That's one of
DVR.
my faves. Yeah.
And I think that was everybody's favorite, Hocus Pocus. And I think a lot of people in the '90s really dig that, And I think I know your all-time favorite. Mine too. It's probably my second one is the Nightmare on Elm or Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah. That's definitely, my daughter loves that movie.
That's like, you know, you're going to feel old ready now. Ready? So
Okay.
93. I'm going to add this for you. 93, 2003 was the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
2013 was a 20-year anniversary. Can you believe we're going to be on the 30-year anniversary of Nightmare Before Christmas in 2 years?
Jeez. That's insane. That doesn't feel right.
And it still feels like, I mean, and like it like became a cult classic.
Do you know how long it took them to make that movie?
Years.
10 years.
10 years, right? 10 years
10 years.
and then the bride of what was the other one you like too?
The Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride. I mean, those are fantastic movies. Claymation.
Oh, I love it.
Could you imagine that I mean, like what I just did now, this takes freaking 6 months to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you have to get you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure now, I mean, back in 93, and they started working on this movie back in probably the 80s, right? Early 80s, they started working on the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, something like that.
So, God.
10 years.
10 years.
And that, I mean, that includes because they had to do like business shit on the end, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, 10 years it was sat there.
Find their production company, find who's gonna show it and stuff like that.
They always knew who was gonna have it. Like it was like never a question. It was finding or getting the right people at the right times because people were locked down and contracts with other things going on, and it was a lot of shit. I watched a whole documentary on it.
I'm sure you have. I wouldn't put it past you to
Yeah.
ins and complete outs of that. I mean, I want to go back to Hocus Pocus.
Mhm.
Witches flying on broomsticks, chasing you with it.
Yes.
Is that real witches though? I don't know. I think you and I know that more about that because
Yeah.
I don't
No.
think you or I fly on a broom.
No. Nope. We are definitely not flying around. I wish.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be so cool.
So we were doing a yard sale the other day. And I was at my mom and dad's, and my friend Veronica was with us. And my mom goes, "I need you to can you sweep? Can you go get the push broom to sweep?" And I told her, I said, "My mom wants you to get your Lamborghini."
Oh shit. Go get your ride.
I said, "Go get your Lambo." She stopped, turns and looks at me. I was like, "I'll probably die for that one."
Probably.
My mom started laughing too, but silently. Silent. My mom's one of those
Silent laughs.
Yeah.
Like it's funny, but I don't want her to think I know, it's funny.
I want to go back to the Hocus Pocus and to the witch thing because talking about witches and stuff like that. Do you know have you ever heard of Abigail Williams?
I've heard of Abigail Williams.
She was one of the first affected witches from Salem witch trials. Which the witch trials and doing research on that and everything like that, man, they were just curing people, and they thought they were witches.
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I mean? And she was born in July 12th, 1680. And she was living with her uncle.
How old was she at the time?
She was, when all this was going on, she was a teenager.
She was a teenager. Okay.
That's what it was. She was a teenager. But I mean, looking at the research and have you done the Salem witch trials research on that before?
I have. Yeah, it's been a while, but I've researched it.
I mean, just to look at the stuff and like that's a witch. That's like that was straight witch hunt.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Anything you did. I mean, if you used a vacuum back then, which they didn't have, but I mean, if you used a vacuum back then, you would have been considered a witch.
If you looked at somebody the wrong way, you would be tried as a witch.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It's like I was looking at her stuff, and it was sad because she was just still a young kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she was like affected by what was it? She had fortune telling techniques, or she thought something, she guessed something.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. She just guessed something and they thought, and it came true. I mean, it was a guess. It was like a premonition, but not even a true one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So that's exactly what happened to her. And that's, they thought she was a witch. That was one of the first people in there. There was another one here that I wanted to get to. Bridget Bishop. Have you heard of her?
Oh, I have heard of Bridget Bishop.
She was hung. She died, and no, after, who was she? She was married to her husband. And you know what? Back then in like the 1600s, when they say married, you still think of people in their 20s or 30s. These are talking about teenage kids here.
Yes.
So it's like when you mention 1600s, you got to think about these girls they're already 16, 17 years old with 4 kids, and then they get hung.
That's crazy.
Yeah. She was actually making a cure for one of the kids that were sick.
That's so sad. That's so sad.
Yeah. But I'm talking about them because they weren't flying around on brooms.
Yeah. No, these were kids, basically.
Yeah. Taking
care of babies that were trying to help do the right thing and put to death.
And then, like you said, you looked at somebody different, you looked at somebody wrong during the Salem witch trials, and you were a witch, and it just, there was even a guy, and I won't, I don't want to go through that whole thing, but there was even a guy that was a gentleman that was considered a witch, and he was killed in the witch trials. And it's
What's his name? Do you know his name?
No, I got to get deep in there, and that's why I said I don't know if I really want to. Let me look at it real quick.
Because you don't really hear about the men that were hung for witchcraft.
No, let me see here. Yeah, Gills Corey.
Wow.
He was the American farmer who was accused of witchcraft, along with Martha, his wife.
Dang.
That was the guy that I found, and I'm glad I pulled it up right away. But yeah, he was, I think, the only man that was accused of witchcraft back then.
Yeah,
it's a long story on him, and they go deeper into him, like on his stuff, just because he was the only man that was hung. Him and his wife were both accused of witchcraft. I just wanted to kind of bring that up just a little bit. Since we're talking about Hocus Pocus, that's why I brought the but could you imagine then just walking down the dirt road?
No, I mean, gosh, could you imagine, like,
turn and look at somebody and they're like, "Ah, that's a witch."
Yeah, it's like with all my like resting bitch faces like that I produce. Like, I would have been hung a long time ago.
You would have been killed 10 times over.
I would have.
I just, so I have a Cujo. I had a Cujo, like a legit Cujo. And it was kind of weird because when my son was born, I had a St. Bernard. And it was
big funny. Dogs.
And he had a C on the back of him.
Really? Oh my God. No.
Yeah. So I was walking him a few times, in the parks, and people loved, you walk a St. Bernard and people are like, "Oh my God."
Yeah,
they're just like, "That's a beautiful dog. He's huge. How much does it cost you for you to feed it?" Blah, everything. Mm-hmm. And then there was a few people that would see the C on the back and they'd be like, "Oh my God, that dog's
yeah, you're like, no,
possessed," with Cujo. That was a crazy movie, and it was a sad movie. And I was just like, Cujo was a Saint Bernard, but no, Rottweiler, wasn't he?
No, he was a Saint Bernard, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because people would see him. So
yeah.
The new one, I think there was a new one made, wasn't there? And I think that one is the one with the Saint, or with the Roddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I know there was a movie like that about that. Did you ever get into Hellraiser?
I did. Like when I was younger, I did. Yeah.
Head.
Yep.
That
one's crazy. Those ones were crazy, folks.
Those ones were nuts. Favorite 80s movies, audience out there listening, watching, tell us some of your favorites, Gary.
Yeah.
They have the Gremlins on this list.
I saw that. And that one wasn't very scary to me. Like, I wouldn't consider that horror.
No, that was more sci-fi.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, I got something for you. Watch this. Oh, another surprise.
Another surprise.
But it's cool, I promise. So, check it out.
Aww. He's so cute. The gizmo.
I always, this is just the kind of weirdo I am. I was always asking my mom, "Can I get a gizmo? Can I get a gremlin?"
Aww.
The gremlin. I thought he was cool.
That is cute.
Like, "Can't feed it after midnight," and you'll feed it after midnight. I was like, I was asleep at midnight. What are you talking about?
Right. So for our next segment, I wanted to do a little game called Would You Rather.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Do you have your questions?
Let me get them. I want you to go first.
Oh, I'll go first.
But let me
So my birthday is on the 25th.
Uh-huh.
How hot is it outside? Because like it's hot.
Right
like,
now?
yeah.
It's like 68 degrees outside.
Oh, is that it? It feels like it's so much hotter in my house. Holy balls.
It is. No, it is.
Because I think there was a birthday I had, it was like 70 outside, and I was like, dang, that's nice for my birthday.
What? Say that again?
Say what
They're
again?
predicting what? They're
The what?
predicting. What'd you say?
I don't know.
You said something about your birthday being 70 degrees outside. That's a kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, like it was a couple years ago, for my birthday, it was like 72 degrees outside. And I thought it was so nice for being like the 25th of October. And like ever since then, I'm like, it's been kind of hot.
Halloween is supposed to be cold. I mean, like
It is
October
supposed
is
to.
be cold, and it's not cold, and it's I don't know.
I kind of like that it's like nicer out during Halloween. So I get trick-or-treaters because I love trick-or-treaters. Like that's like the highlight is seeing the kids' costumes. I love it. I don't like taking my kid out. Like that's dad's job, but I'll stay home and pass out candy all day. I love it.
You could pass for a kid.
Shh, not anymore.
Why do you say that?
Because I can't.
Sure you can.
I'm be 40. I'm be 40.
I don't want to hear it. Go ahead. Ask away.
Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Would you rather kill or be killed? And why?
I hate you. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. That's.
I told you I was coming in hot.
Yeah, I guess that's like a deep question.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get ready because they're all.
Oh, man. Dang, Mina. I don't know. I don't know. There are a few chosen people that I would like to kill right now.
So say you're in like a life or death battle with said people you want to kill.
Oh, I'd kill them.
Yeah.
I'd rather kill.
Okay.
I would rather kill. I mean, it just like, why not? I mean,
why not? I said why, and you're like, why not? Hey.
Why not? I mean, it just, why not? I mean, but if you're going to like, I was watching the Zodiac. That's like my favorite drama serial killer movie.
Okay.
I like that because it's true. It's real. You know what I mean? And they still haven't to this day. And I still like, I've done research on it, but I haven't gotten like as intense as the, as the guy on there has. But I do find that like I don't know, like I've gone into some pretty dark places like the last few days just because of everything that's been going on, and I'm just like, your mind fucks with you.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, how could I do this? You know what I mean? And then it's like you're not gonna do it, but you're just you think about it like, how could you get away with it? How could you do it? And then I was watching Zodiac and I'm like, oh, I could have done it now.
Right.
But that's dark. Dang, yeah. You got dark quick, bro.
Should I start it lighter?
My questions aren't even like my questions are my questions are
really, that's like the heaviest one.
No, that's okay. I like them dark. I like them dark and heavy like that. But wow, that was like, I mean, here's mine. Would you rather be like haunted by a ghost, or would you rather be like a spirit?
Ooh. I would rather be the spirit. Because like when I die, I am gonna fuck around with every single one of these motherfuckers. I will haunt you. I'm gonna keep you up at night. I'm going to tickle the bottom of your feet. Oh, yeah. I have plans. I got plans.
I don't want to be tickled on the bottom of my feet. I want a massage.
Shit. No, I'm gonna pluck their leg hairs out like one at a time.
Oh,
Yeah.
why are you so mean? That's not even a nice. You're not even being
I'm
a
a
nice
ghost.
ghost.
No, there's no
That's like you're like that's being like malevolent.
like I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I'm just gonna irritate the fuck out of you.
I would rather be irritated.
Yeah, I'm that one. That's my plan.
Okay, you got another question. Come on.
Okay. Would you rather sleep in a cemetery or a morgue for a night?
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
A cemetery, you know what's going to happen. You know you're going to run into a spirit. You know you're going to hear noises. You know you're going to hear crackling of leaves, and it's either going to be somebody fucking with you, or it's actually going to be a fucking real spirit. Yeah. That's going to happen. In a morgue, they're supposed to be dead.
They're supposed to be dead. They're supposed to be dead inside a cemetery too at night.
Yeah, but a cemetery, I mean, that's just no. I mean, I don't know. Let's go sleep in a cemetery. Let's go do a cemetery hunt.
Fuck
let's
no.
Go. Come on.
Fuck yeah.
No, you're going. We're doing one. We are going to be in a cemetery.
We are going to be in a cemetery, kind of.
I would rather sleep in a morgue. I would like to sleep in a morgue one time, just because I would like to see, like, are they dead? I like, okay. Remember, Final Destination?
Yes.
When they're in there and they're checking the body, and then he moves all of a sudden. Like, I mean, you've been around that. Does
I have. Yeah.
Does that shit really happen?
Yeah, like involuntary movements will happen, and it's not a great place to be.
But see, you expect that. You know that. And I'm talking about you. Mm-hmm. You expect that. Somebody that works in a morgue, somebody that's worked with coroner, somebody that's done that, they expect that. They know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I don't. I know more of the paranormal stuff. So sleeping in a cemetery, all right, whatever. Will I be scared shitless? Probably, yeah. Heck yeah, that's the whole point. I want to be scared.
I would be more scared to sleep in a cemetery as well.
I want to sleep in a morgue. I want to do just to see what, just one time, just to, I don't know. All right. Would you rather be chased by some of the people we were talking about, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, all them, or and it's funny that we were just talking about this, the Zodiac Killer?
Oh. I would have to say, that's a good question. I would have to say, like, Jason and all them, I'd rather be chased by than the Zodiac Killer, because he's actually real. Like, that should actually happen.
Well, Jason and all them, they know who's doing it eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they find out who's doing it. We're still stuck on who the fuck the Zodiac Killer is. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, like, so your killer you could chase me with a knife. Not the Zodiac.
I got another one before you go to yours. Since I'm skipping ahead to my other question because we were just talking about this, and it's kind of saying on the same thing as yours.
Okay.
But would you rather? I picked this one up. But would you rather? And I think it was a good one. Would you rather sleep in a haunted house or live in a haunted house or a cemetery for like 1 week?
Haunted house. Because I would have a roof over my head and I wouldn't have to sleep out in the elements. Either way, I'm going to be like haunted by some type of ghost. Fine, I'll accept that. But I want to be damn comfortable when I do it.
Have you seen the movie Rose Red?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Have you heard of the Winchester Mansion?
Oh yeah.
You know, the one that just kept on building and
Oh
building and
God, yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Different rooms. So Rose Red is kind of the exact same thing. So she takes all these people for a experiment, and they all go into this mansion, and it's just different rooms, different places, different, like they keep on going. Oh my God, it's good. You got to
That
watch it.
would
It
be
was a movie.
scary to have to go to the Winchester Mansion and be haunted there for a week because that place is dangerous. Like she got drop offs and like you open a door and you're outside from like five
I think
floors
that's
up.
more scary than like an actual haunted house.
Yeah, that's
Don't you think? I mean, that would be like more scary because you're like, I mean, what about if in the middle of the night you got to get up and piss
yeah. And like then
and
you're
not
like
paying attention? You open the
five
door.
doors later. Yeah, then you're dead.
Go ahead,
That was
next
a good
question,
one.
because that
Okay. Would you rather spend the night at the Overlook Hotel with Jack Torrance or the high school gym with Carrie?
I hate you. Oh man. Oh man, that's a good one. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a really good one. I mean, sleeping in a gym, I mean, you might get to see some boobs because somebody takes a shit.
right. You got to keep that's important.
I mean, there's that, but then it's sleeping in the overlook. Hey, Kay, the Stanley Hotel, you're going to be chased by a murderer, but you have to be in that. You know what? I would rather sleep in the gym because, like I said, there might, who knows. But I mean, everything's done and over with. She burns, you burn, the school burns. It's over, and it was quick.
Okay.
But in the overlook, you're getting chased constantly by this murder. And what about if you get tired? You got to sleep. He's going to find you if you're sleeping in one of the rooms. There's a ghost lady sleeping in one of the rooms. There's these twins running around. It's not just Jack Torrance you're running from. You're running from the twins. You're running from the lady. You're running from whatever other spirits are in there. If there's anything
Mm-hmm.
else in there,
Yep.
and he's going to eventually catch you unless you could find a snowcat and get the heck out of there. But with my luck, you wouldn't find that.
Me either. Yeah.
And then the road, the snow would be way too deep to even take anything out. That would just be my luck. So no, I'm good. I'm going to go with the gym.
Okay.
I'm
Fair.
going to go with the gym because, like I said, there's always, I mean, if you're going to die, it's going to be quick. I mean, you're going to be burned to death. It might hurt, but you're going to be quick. But like I said, in the meantime, there's a chance you might see a boob. Leave it up to Hav.
True. It's true though. All right. Fair.
This is, I'm still laughing at that because I'm just thinking of the fact that I said I'd rather see boobs than, anyways. I'm trying to decide what question I wanted to ask you next.
I have one more.
Go for it.
Would you rather be abducted by an alien or chased by a killer?
Oh God. Chased by a killer.
Yeah, me too.
Aliens scare the shit out of me.
Nope, not
Aliens
having it
scare
with
the-
aliens.
Aliens scare the fuck out of me. Like, I swear, like, I think I saw one when I was younger. I was about 4 or 5 years old. And it amazes me that I have this recollection sometimes. I was about 4 or 5 years old, and we were living in a basement apartment at my aunt's house. And my mom and my mom were waiting for my dad to come home from work.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the window.
I think you
And,
told
like,
me this.
Have I told you this? Yeah,
I
there's
think
like a
so.
diamond
Mm-hmm.
window in the door. The door is still there to this day. So anytime there's a tenant there, I will ask them. I'll be like, "Did you see anything in the window?" And they're like, "No, why?" I'm like, "No, just a question."
Yeah. Give them a heart
But
attack.
Yeah, yeah, right. But anyways, I saw this thing jumping. I think I did tell you this story, but I haven't told it on the podcast. I
Yeah.
seen this thing jumping. I thought it was a cloud. It was just jumping up and down in the window, and you could see the eyes black. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what I should have done. Anyway, but you see the eyes black, and like he's just jumping. It looked like a cloth.
Mm.
And my mom said it was a cloud. So this is where it gets scary. She said it was a cloud. So what do I think as a kid at 5 years old when you look up into the sky and you see clouds? You think of them as aliens or as a ghost or something. The cloud's going to hurt you. So it
Hmm.
scared the crap out of me. So, like I said, I have seen that. I think I've seen one for the 4th of July about 8 years ago. We were at Elitch's waiting for the fireworks.
Hmm.
And I turned to the west and I was by that park by the Platte River where our yard and stuff is. So we were looking
Yeah.
east, and so I turned around, and I'm not shit. I shit you not. There was a fleet of UFOs. I mean, probably one, two, three, four, six, maybe like a whole fleet flying across the sky, and like everybody in that whole park just stopped and looked. I looked it up, and this has been a known thing that happens on the 4th of July in Denver where there are UFOs flying across. I mean, there's many videos of it on YouTube where there's UFOs flying across the sky of downtown Denver
Oh,
during
fuck
the 4th.
that.
So, but aliens scare the shit out of me because I mean they could happen. You don't know what's in our universe. You don't know what's out there. There's so many things out there. And now what I just saw the other day that NASA received a radio signal from another planet,
Oh, God.
and like a strong radio signal, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's going to happen. They're going to find something. I mean, you have plenty of what do you call those things on Mars right now? You have plenty of those, the
Yeah.
rovers over there, up there. So you got plenty of those. And then they're planning to go to Saturn. I mean, it's going to happen. We're going to see something. And I mean, you know my faith, my religion, and who knows, we might not be the only planet with human life on it, with any kind of life at all. You know what I
Right.
mean? There could be another planet out there with another form of life, another, yeah, form of life on it. And I mean, who knows what's out there?
Hmm.
And to be beam me up, Scotty. That's just, I don't know. That's just, yeah, no, yeah, the alien thing, a killer you could get away from.
You're right. Aliens, I don't think so.
An alien, you're not going to get away from. You can't.
Nope. Nope.
If they were chasing you, you're not going to get away from it.
Nope.
Here's one along your past. Your past. Would you rather spend the night in a coffin, or would you rather live, once again, well, it's kind of like the same thing as yours, but would you rather spend the night in a coffin in a cemetery, or would you rather spend the night in a coffin in the mortuary?
Ooh. Like, am I in the ground or am I like above ground?
You're in the coffin. Who knows where you're at? You don't know where you're at. You're in the
Fuck
coffin.
that. Oh my gosh. In the coffin is just no, period. But I would have to say I'd rather be in a mortuary. I would really, just because if I was like in a cemetery, you're right. I don't know if I'm buried above ground or not. So I would feel more comfortable being in a mortuary because at least I know I'm out of the ground.
That's true. I got one for you. I just thought about this because I looked over. Would you rather? Okay, I'm thinking about this really. I have snakes, and
Hold
I
on.
have. Bless you.
Okay.
I mentioned snakes and spiders, and Mina's headset goes flying. She's done. All right, here you go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're going to be sleeping. Would you rather sleep with my spiders around you or my snakes?
Oh, Jesus.
I just looked over at my spiders, and I thought about that one. What would you rather be surrounded by?
I don't know. I mean, probably your snakes, because I don't think they'll bite me. I don't know. I don't trust either one. Like, you stumped me there.
I got you.
Like, none.
That was that. I love would you rather. That's like
That's a good one.
You could have some good intense stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just came out hot.
I did.
Would you rather kill or be killed? What the fuck kind of question is that? I'm over here with like these little cool questions, and you got this question that comes out. I'm going to reverse that question to you. Would you rather be killed or kill?
I think I would rather be killed. I don't think I can like hurt somebody like that. Like, I think if I killed somebody, I would probably like hurt myself because of all the guilt that I would feel. So I'm like, you might as well just end me now, because I mean, unless it's like Freddy or Jason or Jeffrey Dahmer, then I think, it's fair game.
I was just looking up some other stuff right now, and somebody asked this. And I think we should leave this one for our. No, I'm not going to ask it because it's pretty raunchy.
Do it.
For our audience, would you rather star in an adult video, or would you rather be known to have multiple sex partners?
Oh, that is one for our listeners, not us, to answer.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's pretty deep right there. Would you rather be?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
so
one.
for
right?
our listeners out there, would you rather be a professional hoe or just a free one? The choice is yours.
This is why I asked that question, because I know how Mina would have wanted it. You want to get paid, or do you just want to be a slut?
Just want to be a slut.
Free slut. Yeah.
Right? Sleep around.
Oh, that's a good.
And with that, we end our segments.
We do, and this was fun, and that's all I wanted to have fun with. I do want to go deeper into the Salem witch trials, but I figured we were just doing a fun one today, so I'll go into those again. I still have I have my notes up and everything, and I was prepared for it, but I just wanted to kind of stay on to the fun stuff that we were doing, because it's fun. It was a great time.
It was like, we don't usually do something like this. Like, we're usually talking about crime and sad stuff.
We are, and this one is fun and
yeah.
And stuff like that. I do have one final question for you, and I know we were sitting on the fun part, and we haven't touched base on this, but they did release the cause of death for Gabby Petito.
Yes.
Strangulation.
And that is what I said. What it was.
You did.
I did say it was strangulation.
You did. There was a lot of questions asked to the coroner, and I asked you this privately, but for some of our listeners, that I know there's some people out there that are really, really, really confused. Yeah. And I think you might be able to shine a little bit of light on that. Why wasn't he not answering the simple questions like DNA and about,
So
go ahead.
This is an open case. So they still have to, he has a job, and it's to determine the cause and the manner of death and address that, give that to the public. And that's what he did. He doesn't have to answer those questions because this is an ongoing investigation. So some of this stuff has to remain secret until we can get it out in court, until something happens. It concludes some way.
And if he said anything, it could kind of it could hinder the case, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, because there's a lot of new details out there, and there's, oh my gosh, and I had said this before and I'll say it again, stop fishing. Holy cow, I'm watching some of these YouTube channels, and I mean, you guys are all, we're all, YouTube creators are all one, we all kind of, support each other sometimes, but there's sometimes, that they bash each other. I'm not bashing anybody, but stop fishing. There, I have seen some where they're just like, where they're searching and they swear that they saw, Brian, and it's a bird flying across the damn field, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And there's so many people out there fishing, and they're like, oh, we saw Brian here, we saw Brian there. And it's just like, he was walking down the street. Well, one, this guy is wanted. Probably one of the most wanted men in the country right now.
Right.
And for questioning, not for anything, for questioning. You think he's going to be walking down the street? No, he's not. And if you thought it was him, why don't you turn around and go look at it again and call the cops, stop the guy. You know
Right.
what I mean? And same with that. He's even same with that other guy, that engineer that thought he saw him on the Appalachian Trail. Come on, dude. If that was really him and stuff like that, why didn't you follow him or something like that? If you were pretty, 99.1% positive that was him. I mean, it almost seems like a lot of people are just really fishing out there and trying to find any little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've seen a lot of things on Gabby too, where they're just like, oh, there's one channel, and this guy, it was a TikTok actually, and this guy brought it up, and it was fantastic, where there was a lot of people looking at the video of when from the body cam, and they saw her tattoos missing. Well, when you compress a video and it's shared multiple times, this is why when I send pictures to people, I'll send them via messenger, and then I tell them, don't post those ones, let me email you them.
Right.
Facebook and everything like that compresses pictures. So when you share a lot of multiple share it, things disappear, things will get overlapped and stuff like that. So her tattoos were gone. So they were like, hey, that's not the real Gabby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stop fishing. You know what I mean? It just, people are looking for everything, and everybody's all of a sudden, don't get me wrong, the people being on social media and the audience and the nation has helped a lot in this case. But when you start thinking about other things, and they're trying to link Brian to a couple other murders and stuff, like, don't get me wrong, some of it makes sense, but then you dig a little bit deeper and you're like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like the video that went around, and I think it went viral, where they were saying that they saw Brian digging the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Or finding, digging the body or whatever. I don't know. They swear it was her and him, and it's not. But anyways, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick update. It did release the cause of death, and I just wanted to ask Mina those couple of questions, because I know you've been there in the past. So
Yes.
So it's kind of, I like what you did to the shirt.
Thanks. I just cut it a bunch. It's nice.
I found that your logo that you have on there again. I saw it the other day at where was it at an antique shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is my old logo, but yeah. I love the cameo, I think it's what it's called.
It is. I think it is too.
Yeah.
But Mina, do you have anything else to say? Anything else to come up with? Any other segment or anything?
Nope, that's it. We are good to go.
What do you have coming up next? What do we have coming up? I know we're going to we were supposed to do a live podcast tonight. We will reschedule, and we will do that. That will be coming up this month. Definitely, we want to make that like a real good Halloween special, and we want you guys all to tune in. So we're going to broadcast. We're going to do some promotions on our pages. Mina's going to work on that on some of our other social network stuff on our TikTok. We're going to try to see how many multiple cameras we could get in there, so we could try to do live on a few of them. So, and also I'm going to be making a video and do it the actual hunt. So look for that on our YouTube page when we get done with that. It might take a little bit to edit, but that's going to be coming out. But this was fun. This was interesting. I wanted to do this 80s horror flick. What was your favorite, and like I said, mine is still going to be and always will probably will be The Shining. You
Mhm.
know, it's just a really good film writing, filmmaking and writing, and just, you know, I wish it
Mhm.
was filmed here though in Colorado. That would have been nicer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we got more stuff coming up for you guys. Like I said, this was a fun one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys had a great time listening to this and watching this, because and I hope you guys like my new look. This is I'm going to be doing this because Mina approves of it, so we'll probably do that. Anyways, I'm Hav.
I mean,
Talk to y'all soon.
hi.